Hello, Pat in the cockpit. Welcome back. Two days in a row, 3 days in a row we've done YouTubes. Today we're in Louisville, Kentucky, KSDF, and we're going to just do a quick flight down to Memphis, KMEM. I think it's a 42-minute airtime, but we got to set everything up. So let's hop in the cockpit, please. Welcome aboard. And I can see right now that my information in the stream is wrong. Let's fix that right now. Bear with me. Take just a second. That should do it. Okay, that looks right. Okay. Again, welcome aboard. We had a really good flight into last night into Oslo on our international flight, different plane with a group flight. And we had a YouTube yesterday into Budapest on that same plane. Let me get hooked up here. Hello, and get some lights in here. Brighten it up just a little bit. Okay, so we're in the plane. It's cold and dark. It is, the gate has been moved over. And first thing we're going to do is we're working on the load sheet. Let's get the power in the plane. So first of all, we'll turn the battery switches on.
PS ramp control closed. Advise on initial contact.
And ATIS.
You have information, Lima.
Let's get to ATIS.
Louisville International Airport ATIS information Lima 2156 Zulu. Web variable at 4. Visibility 10. Fuel at 3,000. 1,500 scattered. 7,000 scattered. Ceiling 5,000 broken. Temperature 27. 2.21. Altimeter 2987. ILS approach runway 17 left and 17.
Hold on.
Approach is in use.
We're going to get set up here.
Runway 17 right arrival. 29er. 11 NSE Sensi. Available only for OPR and CT. Small departures in use. Notices to air missions increase bird
Okay, the chat's live.
Of the airport. Hazardous weather information for Kentucky and Indiana.
Okay, we got the weather. It looks like runway 17. We do have ATC today. Hopefully everybody can hear me. And okay, power. Let's see. We're going to do the originator portion of the flight. Okay. Voltmeter, we've got battery power looks good. Ground power is on. Available, excuse me. Standby switch is closed. Alternate flaps are closed. Fuel pumps are closed. Wipers are parked. Hydraulics are set. We'll wait till we get power on, then we'll shut those hydraulics off and let the ground know. Landing gear is down. Weather radar is in test. Fire warning test. That looks good. KSDF. And we're at Bravo 19, I think. Let me look. Where am I? We'll be flying as American 1 Alpha today because somebody stole my call sign, but that's okay. I don't own it. Bravo 19, yeah. Okay. Ground power is available. We're going to flick it on. The bleeds, APU bleed is on, engine bleeds are off, packs are auto. We'll turn the research on. That's the down below us in the electronic bay is where all the electronics are, boxes. That's the ventilation down there. Electrical panel check and set. So we got galley on, and we'll turn the yaw damper on. Since now we won't. We'll wait on that. IRSs. We're going to grab a GPS coordinate there. That looks good, and flick these to nav. And put that in there. So for you pilots that have not been aboard before, a couple things here. Oops, why don't we have that front screen? We're missing a screen. We've lost the camera. Okay. Hold on. I have to fix this. Yep. Fix that right now. Gotta reset that front screen. So this this screen right here, which is above us, that is the front view, just the front screen, so you can see what's going on out in front of the plane. I only have this much area to see. Below me in the back, behind the seats, are the primary flight display and the nav display right here. And over here, behind this seat, behind this seat down here is the CDU. And then the upper left is flight information. And position 2. How about now? Pat in the cockpit? I've been talking and nobody's been listening. Hi guys, Pat in the cockpit here. I had the mic turned off. Anyway, we're sitting in Louisville. We're going down to Memphis. Thanks for the heads up on the audio. November 4279. Let me know if the audio sounds okay. You should be able to hear the plane. And here's the ATIS.
Activity in the vicinity of the airport. Hazardous weather information for Kentucky and Indiana available FMR flight service station.
Thanks, November 4279.
Ramp control closed.
Okay, so again, my apologies. Anyway, we've got battery power, flaps, wipers, hydraulics. That's good. Electrics, weather radar is off. We did the fire warning test. and that's good. Ground power is on. We got that's confirmed. Bleeds are set. Electrical panel. We got the galley on. IRSs are in alignment. They've got another 2 minutes till they're aligned. Emergency exits are armed. The air conditioning panel is set and trim air is on. Present position is set. We're at KSDF gate Bravo 19. I've been talking here and you guys couldn't hear me. Flap lever is up, confirmed. Exterior lights as required. So, for you that haven't been in a cockpit, Boeing 737, I have a camera in the back and I have one on the edge of the plane here. You can see behind this seat is my CDU, or at least a copy of my CDU so you can see it. And over behind this seat right here is my nav display and primary flight display. And this view that's a kind of on the left in the middle that's my out the front view. That's the front screen, not the left or the right screen. So you can see what's going on out. I can't see over the nose, but you guys can. And let's see. Oh, cool, building a Cessna. Man, there's lots of neat stuff to build Cessnas with. Okay, so let's do our, we're on VATSIM, and we're gonna generate a flight in sim brief now. We'll be taking off on 17 right, landing on 18 center. Again, winds are variable at 4, visibility is 10. A few at 3,000, scattered at 45, scattered at 7,000, broken at 2,500. Temperature is 27, dew point is 21, altimeter is 2980, 2987. We got a problem. This will take a second. It's a major screw up on my part. Take a second to reload. I won't even go into that boo-boo. It's a technical problem with some gear that has to be resolved, and I should have known about it before. I wasn't ready for prime time. Hey, Troy, I'm sorry, Troy Hamilton. Hello. From days past. Resume flight. This will take just a second to reboot the sim here. We had an pilot oops. We're going to blame that on the first officer. In the meantime, let you know where the plane's located. This plane is in a room in my house. I'm in Prescott, Arizona, up in the mountains of about an hour north of Phoenix, about an hour south of Flagstaff, about 5,500 feet. I moved here about a year ago from San Diego, took the sim apart there and brought it here. It's doing really good. We got some new equipment in. We have a new EFIS MCP, network driven. We have new video cards put in a week ago. We got three 35090s. So the visuals have been pretty good. And this is going to cost us about an extra 5 minutes of ground time to reboot. Hey, Ben. Ben's from England. We've been spending some time talking. Him and a bunch of buddies bought a 737 full sim like this that they're going to rebuild. Jim McFarland's here. Jim also has a full Flight SIm Cockpit down in Phoenix, about an hour south. We were just doing some troubleshooting this morning. I've been spending a lot of time talking to Ben. Yeah, Ben, get your boring emails done. Okay, here we go. We're rebooting. And let's get power back on the plane. Move the gate over. Give it a second. It takes about 45 seconds for everything to power up here. While I'm yakking away, how are the... that's because technically, Ben, my new EFIS MCP, every other flight, if I shut it down and restart it, it goes blank and I have to reinitialize it. It's a firmware problem inside the MCP, and it looks like it needs an upgrade. It's not worth discussing the pros and cons of that. More tech stuff. Andrew was here yesterday for our flight. Hello. 45 minute flight from Louisville down to Memphis. Okay, we're back in the cockpit. We're powered up. We're going to do our position again. We had a reboot. KSDF. We'll put that in, and we'll get our GPS page from location from page 2. Put the IRS as the nav. Then we get little white boxes here, and we'll fill them out. Right there. Okay. And again, that's going to take 8 minutes on the IRSs to align. Okay. We're reconnected to VATSIM. Let me go outside the plane and make sure I'm not sitting on somebody. So we're going to look outside. And that's my plane. Don't see any traffic here. It's a real nice Astrojet 1930s livery for my American Airlines. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous plane. Really love it. Anyway, back in the cockpit. And so we're generating a flight here in SimBrief. And anticipated takeoff time is, let's say, 22:45. Make it 22:50 if we can hurry. It is 22:27 Zulu, and local time is 3:27 in the afternoon, just after my lunch and nap. Today we'll be doing the Hidley 1 Ramrod to Blues 5 arrival. We'll be going to flight level 300. And I picked this flight out of FlightAware. I think the actual flight is routing is a FedEx flight routing. So I'm going to generate a flight. And I'm going to pre-file on VATSIM. And I can't guarantee ATC, but we're hoping they stay on. I picked this flight because there was ATC. Okay, let's file and see if they send us a PDC. And we've got both RTECs still on, the Memphis and the, there's my PDC. Excellent. I don't know if you heard that beep, beep, beep. Let's go ahead and write down our clearance. So call sign American 1 Alpha, or a Boeing 738. Departure is KSDF to Memphis. Routing is the Hidley 1 Ramrod transition Blues. Then is filed. Maintain altitude 3,000. Flight level 300. 10 minutes after, squawking 4044. We'll put that in 4044 and put it into TA. Cleared Hidley departure, Ramrod transition, climb via the SID, except flight level 300, 10 minutes after. Departure frequency is 128 to 225. Let's dial that in. 128. Oops. 128. 225. And I'm not watching the chat very much, so if there's questions, I'll try to... Hey, there's Chuck, Liquor CEO. We're not going to talk about that, Chuck. Is this a motion sim? This is November 4279. You're going to have to tell me what you think when you watch this video. Um, oh, Troy, okay, that's you. You're gonna have to tell me. I'm not gonna let the cat out of the bag. Okay, so we've got our clearance, we've got our routing. Let's start our ACARS. I use Smart Cars 3. It'll take just a second to get that, and we're also going to come over here to Navigraph, and we're going to import from SimBrief this flight. Our Flight is on this computer, this iPad, and on this Microsoft Surface Pro on the right, we have Navigraph charts and the electronic flight bag. So our flight has been entered, and come over here to electronic flight bag.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Flight Deck, we'd like to add a welcome board. Anticipate possibly some light bumps or some choppy air as we climb out.
Oh, we're doing
keep our flight
ACARS.
Seated for a few minutes. Make sure we know.
I'm doing this on my server screen over here that you guys can't see. I have a server screen for doing all my other junk. I'm going to create a flight as American.
Thanks for being with us today.
Import from SimBrief. That's good, and create it. And it should be good to go in about 10 seconds. Okay. Our ACARS is good. We got routing. We got weather. 4 flights done. That's done. Fuel. Oh, you know what I forgot? So we're going to print out. It's going to print out in our thermal printer here in the cockpit. We're going to print out our OFP information that needs to go into FMC. But before we do that, we're going to go into a program called VPT, Virtual Performance Tool, and we're going to figure out our performance takeoff calculations. It's a slick program. It's a payware, but it's not very expensive and it's extremely accurate. I highly recommend it if you're going to fly as real as you possibly want to. So we're just going to import our information from SimBrief into VPT, and we're going to go to dispatch, and we're going to pick a runway 17 right and pull the weather in and hit the calculate, and it's going to look at the 22,000, 24,000, 26,000 thrust engines with this weather and this runway and air density, and figure out what reduced thrust we can use, what derate we can use, and what assumed temperature we can use to derate the engines to get off the ground, but with less thrust, but still enough to stop the engine without thrust reverses, just brakes. So we've calculated that, and we're going to print that out here too. So I got all that information for the FMC right here. And that's all printed right there. You can see that. Can't read it, but you can see it. So now we're ready to do the FMC portion. Our IRSs are aligned. So we're going to go to route, and we're going to request the route. It brings it straight in from SimBrief. Actually, it's putting it into the FMC automatically. We're going to load it. It's a data link. And we're going to activate it, execute it, go to performance initialization and request performance initialization, which is going to bring the ZFW in, the cost index, altitude, cruise winds, all that good stuff will be brought straight into the FMC. Over here, we're going to ask for index takeoff page, and oops, I hit the wrong button there. Hey Curtis, how you doing? Curtis flies on our airline, American Airlines Joint AVA, Space A77. Hello. Yeah, lots of nice clouds out there, Ben. And I'm going to load it. And I'm going to go to Airside Services and load my OFP and activate it. And what it should start doing is fueling the plane. As long as the switches are on for boarding and the probe lights on, steady, it should automatically start loading all that stuff up. And reserves today are going to be off my sheet, 2.3 thousand. That's just a warning to let me know, hey, you better think about getting down. So everything looks good here. We got fuel today of 16,991 pounds. ZFW is 129.9. Gross weight's going to be 34,881. I'm sorry, 146,665. Cost index is 38. We'll be going to flight level 330. Winds are 18 at 37. Outside temperature is minus 49 at top of climb. That winds were cruise winds. Okay, we can hear the fuel loading up. And forward entries on. Cargo's being put on.
Ground flight deck is connected and starting refueling.
Okay, let's start and start doing some checklist stuff. Okay, so leading edge, intercom off, EEC's on, reverser lights off, passenger oxygen is normal, flight recorder in test, Mach speed warning, stall warning, and shaker test, stall warning test. Okay, then we're going to do our flow test down here. And then we'll check our AFSDs. It's 3 yellows and 2 reds in the yellow. Light tests. Oops, we're missing a comm. Oh, there it goes. Comm radio's working. Comm radios are good. Fire control panel's good. The MIP looks good. MCP EFIS, aft overhead, and forward overhead. Lights all look good. We're going to set our N1 set to auto, speed ref to auto, reset the fuel flow. Put the rejected takeoff on. We'll check our flaps are down, speed brakes down and locked. Reversers are down. We'll do a thrust configuration test on the left and right side. Now we're going to do our stab trim cutoff test. And off the sheet, that's going to be 21. I'm sorry, that's going to be 6 units. So we can watch it here, or we can watch it right there. So I'm going to set it for 6 and do a stab trim cutoff and stop the trim, and we'll set it for 6. There, 6. Okay, moving down, we'll do a squib test. That's good, and we'll do a cargo fire test and clear that. We'll do a transponder test.
Adjust vertical speed.
And we'll trim out. Lock the doors, trim out the ailerons and rudder. 0 and 0. Okay. Forward overhead. Standby panel good, yaw damper on. Navigation display is good, Cross speed check. Good. Put the pumps on. And we're doing catering right now. It just got done. Okay, equipment cooling is normal. Emergency exit lights are on. So and now we're going to do a ground proximity warning test.
Flight is low. Pull up. Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
And we'll do a
Sink rate.
We've already checked the air conditioner. The research are on. We'll do an overwing body heat test, and that's good. Packs are auto. Isolation valve is auto. APU is on. Engine bleeds are on. I mean, the APU bleed is on. And we'll set our flight altitude for 33,000. That's good. And our land altitude, we need to know our landing altitude, is going to be, we'll get that right off our Navigraph sheet, and it's approximately 320 feet. It's just for pressurization in the cabin. We'll do our outflow test, alternate manual, looks good. Okay, forward overhead is done. Let's go down to checklist. Radios are set. We got a call, oh, we got clearance already? Let me look at my clearance and see if he wants me to, no, he didn't want me to call for push. EFIS is set, mode control panel is set. We got to wait for fuel to continue on with our performance, which should be in just a second. Let's see, I'm just going down the list. Squibs, transponder, that's all set. Stab trim is in normal and it's closed, and our nose wheel steering is closed. Okay. So I bought this new EFIS MCP from Canada here, and just the tariff to bring it in from Canada was $1,000. I got kind of raped on that one. Just the tariff. Thank you, Mr. You-know-who. Still waiting on the fuel. And let's get a caffeine break. So we have Memphis center on 132.55. We'll dial that in. And we'll see if we can hear them. 132.55. And our ATIS is Lima. Okay. Fuel's almost fully loaded up.
Ground flight deck fuel is all loaded up.
And we'll confirm takeoff weight is good with 250 extra for taxi. We'll execute that, go to M1 limits. And our M1 limits today, we're going to use assumed temperature of 42 degrees. And the outside temp is 27. And we're going to use a D rate of 22,000. So we're going to tell the engines it's actually hotter than it is to give us less thrust, but we can still firewall, and we're going to derate the engines to 22,000, which should give us an N1 of 89.6. It says 89.7, says 89.6. Turn that off, double check that. We're good. Okay, we're good on the derate. And then we're going to go to takeoff page, and we're going to do, and this is all coming from the virtual performance tool. Basically dispatch. We're going to do flaps 1 today. Our center of gravity was just given to us is 21%, and we're going to go to page 2, and the runway winds are variable at 4. So we're taking off and on going south, but we're going to put a number in that gives us winds from the north because it's variable. Worst case oops, we'll just do 360 at 4. Worst case condition. And runway slope, we'll just go in here to flight aware. I'm sorry, for flight. And we're going to look at this runway we're taking off on, 7 right, and the slope on it is -24 at 170. So we'll dial 170 on the heading, and the slope is -7. minus 0.24, so for slope we'll put in a minus 0.2, and the heading is 170. There we go. Go back to page 1. We're not going to use the QRH today, but we're going to compare. We're going to take it off our VPT. So we got 142, 143, and 143 and 146. And we'll turn that off. Okay, that's all set. Now we're going to go to our legs page and we're going to step through the routing and make sure it passes the sanity test compared to our charts. And we're just going to step through it. Take off. Just stepping through it, making sure it makes sense. That looks pretty good. Let me go back to page 1. Something I don't like. Oh yeah, we get this big old S thing here going on. Merum. Where is Merum? Something doesn't look right here. Hold on just a second. I gotta check something out. Something doesn't look right. It doesn't look right at all. Do. Ah, it's all screwed up. I know why. We just had a brain fart. This will take just a minute to fix. Okay, that should fix that. We got to come back in here, request the route. Had the wrong routing in. Okay, load it. This should be better. There we go. KSDF to KMEM. We'll execute that. Go to takeoff page. Request performance again. Somehow the previous flight's information never got flushed correctly. I think it was because of Sim Brief Downloader. There we go. Okay, this should fix it. Execute. Okay, that looks fuel 17, and that is confirmed. And takeoff weight 146. Fuel 17. Fuel looks good. Good M1 limits, and 42 looks good. Temperature outside looks good. You go to takeoff. Flaps 1 center of gravity looks good. Let's put the QRH. Okay, that looks a lot better. It looks a little more realistic. Trim is 6.0. Okay. Now let's go to legs, and let's step to, okay, we're going south. We're taking off at Mergis. That looks good. Hang a right to Hidley, and now we can step through it. Now it's passing the sanity test. Look at that. Okay. And we're going to put in LS18C, execute that. Okay, that all looks better. Curtis, if you want to join me, please do. Was I an airline pilot? Are you asking me? Nope. flew gliders, actually gliding lessons, but I was never a pilot. Let's see. Before pushback, 0 fuel weight. Let's confirm that. 126 off the sheet. 0 fuel weight. 129,924. Okay. Okay. Now the plane's telling us gross weight of 147, and we're supposed to have 146,685. Yeah, 250 pounds for a taxi. That's better. That looks good. Takeoff. That looks good. And to be on the safe side, let's use the planes. Happy stuff. Too many changes. Okay, so the plane suggests 143. VPT says 143. Okay, trim is good. Okay, 0 fuel weight is correct. N1's supposed to be 42. It keeps changing on me. $96.1. I'm not liking something. CFW looks good. Gross weight looks good. Reserves looks good. N1 limits are good. Takeoff. Okay. All right. Stab trim is good. Fuel pumps. Let's get the APU fired up. Once the APU is up and running, oh, let's check passengers. As usual, it's something. We're waiting for passengers. For PAX boarding set, no smoking switch to off and then to auto. Where's my passengers? Okay. We're going to solve that problem right now. APU is on, and let's request a push. Go to ground services, better pushback.
Ground to cockpit, please show me where you want to go.
And we're going to request a push.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
APU is online. Shut off the GPU. That's confirmed. And APU is online. I'm going to push the gates back.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, tug's coming up. Ben's pretty right. You know, 1440 is a good resolution. 2K is nice. I'm running 4K, but I know 1440, especially 2K, is really good. You can live with 1440. It's all about the money. It's all about the Benjamins. We're waiting for the tug to hook up.
So connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake. Starting pushback, and you may start engine.
Okay, pack's off. Light on. And we're going to put in 153 here. And I'm going to crank on the number 2 engine. Okay, that's cranking up. 170. They didn't give us a... They said go to 333. What did they say? They said go to... pushing back, and we got max motor in number 2. We'll start that engine. And there's American 803. That's Curtis. Okay, we're going to ventilate and isolate. Close that, open that, start number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake. Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Okay. I'm going to do something. I got to turn a fan on. It's a little hot in here. Crank the air conditioner up. Right back.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll
Okay.
see you next time and have a great flight.
Okay, before taxi checklist. And then we'll check the weather again. Before taxi checklist. Pushback time. Let's see. Approximately, okay. Pushback noted, bleeds. I'm sorry. Before taxi checklist. Fuel cutoff levers are up. We're still doing that one. Get that engine starting. Turn that one on. Check the power. Okay, generators are on and confirm power. Probe heats are on, window heats are on. Flight recorder is closed, anti-ice not required. Hydraulics are on and confirmed. Oil quantity is good. Bleed. Okay, packs to auto, isolation to auto, APU off, engine bleeds on. Exterior lights, we just need a taxi light. We'll turn the APU off. Master caution. Doors. We have a door open. Okay. This is because we tried to, let me see, I don't know if I can fix this. It should close now. Ah, we're good. That could have been a disaster. So we do checklists. APU, master caution, flap set for takeoff, check. Transponder set, 4044, weather radar on the left, terrain on the right, flight control test. And for you of those that have not had a chance to fly with me previously, these are real Boeing yokes. They are linked together underneath. And so when I move this one, that one moves. It's motorized throttle. Okay, let's any flight meal today? I would expect you to say that, Jim. Yeah, I would expect that from Jim. Okay, let's call taxi. Let's call for let's call for Memphis ground, Louisville ground, American 1, taxi to 7 right if possible, 17 right if possible. What are we on? Indianapolis Center, American 1 ready to taxi to the active with Lima. Indy Center, American 1. Indy Center, American 1 Alpha, ready to taxi to the active. Okay, I'm not getting a response. American 803, American 1, do you copy? I'm on the wrong frequency, 128.225. That's why. Such an idiot. I thought I was in Memphis, I was in Indy. Indy Center, American 1 at Louisville, ready to taxi to the active with Lima. Indy Center, American 1 Alpha at Louisville, ready to taxi to the active with Lima. Indy Center, American 1. Indy Center, American 1, you copy? Well, we got an audio problem. Try again.
American 803, radar contact.
Now we got him. Here we go.
American 803, climb to maintain, that's level 380. I'm stable 380.
And Indy Center, American 1 Alpha with you. Finally figured out our radio problems. Taxi to the active with Lima.
American 1 Alpha, runway 17 right, taxi via Mike Golf Bravo.
17 right, Mike Golf Bravo. Thanks for the help. Okay.
Indy Center, United 1134, ready for taxi.
1134, Indy Center, information to Yankee is current. Runway 28 left, taxi via Delta 1 Charlie.
Okay, Hirohito, thanks. Thanks, Curtis. Here we go. Okay, here's Mike, and then right on Golf, and right on Bravo. So, for you guys that don't know it, since we have a flat screen here, and you get parallax if you sit in the left or right screen, I can switch the view. There's the middle. Here's the left side. And there's the right side. And since I'm driving the plane today, I'm gonna switch it to the left side so I can see it straight instead of a crabbing angle. It's just the consequences of a flat screen. As usual, an hour to get out of here. Okay, this is going to be Bravo right here. And Curtis, American 803, is right in front of us. He's here in the chat. So, need to make a list of all the screw-ups today. Had to reset the sim, had the wrong routing in the FMC, wrong frequency, couldn't talk.
1134, that is part of the taxiway Charlie.
Okay, I see, thank you. Sorry, I didn't think I cleared for that, but do I get cleared if, for like all the subsequent taxiways if I get cleared for one?
No, it's, you're going the full length of the runway, and that's the last taxiway, so it'll be Delta 1 Charlie, Charlie 1 technically.
Is that loud? That,
okay, thank you, sorry about that.
Kind of loud, isn't it? Okay, here we go.
American 1 Alpha, the wind 170 at 8, RNAV 2 easy, early 17 right, clear for takeoff.
RNAV easy, 17 right, clear for takeoff, American 1.
American 30, 31, descend to maintain, level 280. 280, American 30, 31.
Lights, camera, action. Auto throttle armed. TARA. Okay, attendants, take your seats. Correct. VNAV, LNAV. And let's go Toga, guys. 40%. We have motorized throttles here, so they just start on their own. Toes down. Tape alive.
80 knots.
And we got thrust hold confirmed and cross check.
V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Confirm, positive rate, gear up.
400.
Indy Center, American 1
1000.
Alpha through 1500.
American 1, radar contact, auto maintain level 300.
300, American 1 Alpha.
American 30, 31, Chicago Center response, radar service terminator, frequency change to Brent. Alright, have a good one, over to you, come American 30.
And we'll just trim for flap speed. Okay, coming up on flaps up speed. Okay, flap speed confirmed. Flaps up. And we'll be trimming for 230 now. Is that ATC kind of loud for you guys? It's awfully loud for me. We're going to be below 230 to 25. Yeah, we're good. It should start trimming up. There we go. Now we're going to trim for 250. Speed should start coming up. Get my nose down. get the speed up. Clouds look pretty good today. So we're running the latest Zibomod 41 and the latest X-Plane, the full release of 12.2. And we'll put the autopilot on when we get up to 10,000. Curtis, thank you very much for flying with me. Appreciate it. Curtis, I have a VA, joinava.org. I'm the CEO. I have about 100 pilots. Curtis is one of them. Okay, let's put that autopilot on and confirm autopilot's on. Let's do the after takeoff checklist. Damn it, Memphis went off. We wanted Memphis on. That's too bad, guys. Anyway,
from all of us at American Airlines,
Ryder Center,
thank
hi.
you for flying with us today. We're proud to be Air Transport World's 2017 Airline of the Year. A special welcome to Advantage
Wow.
One World members.
Adele Power
If
Edge,
you are
that's
not
great.
an Advantage member, you can sign up
These
at
are 82 inchers,
aa.com/join
4K
to earn miles
Samsungs.
for today's flight and continue earning miles with our retail and travel partners. Our Advantage Aviator MasterCard is another great way to earn miles for everyday purchases.
Okay,
and
after
enjoy
takeoff
benefits,
checklist.
such as your first check bag free, preferred
Autopilot,
boarding,
attendant
and no
notified.
foreign transaction fees. Not an Aviator card member? See a flight attendant and receive an exclusive offer when you apply in flight
Direct
today.
Ramrod American 1 Alpha.
Shortly, we will
Okay.
begin our in-flight service. We offer a selection
Where are we?
of complimentary
Attendant notified cabin pressurization. So we've got
Wi-Fi
about
service is available on this
3,000
Connect to the
pounds,
AA
3,000 feet of
in-flight
pressurization in the
signal
cabin
and
at
open your
about
browser.
5
You
psi.
can
with a
access AA.com free of charge.
positive rate of
to view
climb.
flight connections
Engine
and
bleeds
other
are
travel
on, AP
information.
bleed is off, packs are auto,
If you need to
isolation
power
valve is
your
auto,
device,
APU is
AC
off,
power outlets are
lights
located
as
at every
required.
seat.
Starter
While you
switches
are
are
seated,
off.
please keep your seatbelt
Logos
fastened
off.
and visible
Okay.
to the crew when the seatbelt sign is
RTO
on.
is off and
as
the brake
turbulence
is
can
in
happen
on the
unexpectedly.
pins.
If you open an
Altimeters,
overhead compartment,
we'll set them to
use caution,
2092
as
on
carry-on items may have shifted during takeoff.
electrical power is confirmed. Hydraulic systems, pressure is good. Oil pressure, temp, and quantity are good. Cabin temp is 20C. Status, engine status. We're climbing out at 6,600 pounds per engine. N1s are 98. EGTs look good. We've got on the progress page, we're going to get 10,000 pounds at destination. Okay, we'll check this. Here Hito was saying that the sound in ATC wasn't real high. Let me look at that. Let me look at that. Tell me if the ATC volume just went up. I might have had it too low. We'll go to standard here. 2992. Let's see if it's ATC. Ryder Center, thanks a lot for the info. Yeah, I tried turning it up. We'll see if we get some ATC here in just a second. So Ryder, your sim, oh, you're running 2025. It says it's probably 2024. Ah, on a Dell Power Edge. That's a powerful machine. We are 111 miles top of climb, 253 miles till Memphis. Spend more time on the ground getting ready than the actual flight. So we'll go in here to the fixed page and put in Memphis, KMEM, and we'll put a nice 100-mile circle around there. So is that ATC any better?
To go.
So any of you guys are interested, Jim McFarland here has a Jetmax simulator. It's one of these, but it's half of one from the gear lever over for sale. Jim, if you want to post your YouTube on it. I've been in it. Does good. He's down in Phoenix. And if Jim can't sell it, he's going to give it to Hirohito. Sorry, Hirohito, I shouldn't have said that. We know it's not true. Jim needs to recoup some costs because he bought a full cockpit like this. What has it been, about a year and a half, Jim? April last year. Over to Unicom for American 1 Alpha. Thanks for the service. Over to Unicom. We're going to call Curtis. American 803, it's American 1 Alpha. Copy.
Jones. So we're leveled to our initial cruise altitude, expecting a fairly smooth ride today. We have the seatbelt sign turned off, and while you're seated, we do ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened about you at all times in case we encounter unexpected bumpy air. And we do thank you for flying with us on American.
Why is... We're up a little higher. Get out of this junk. Try to clear out this mess. I don't know how high it goes. I think I'm on the back end of a front that just came through. Yeah, it's headed down towards Atlanta, or it's in Atlanta. So.
$1,000 to go.
The CTAF frequency in Memphis is 119. What is it? 119.7. We'll stay on Unicom until you get about 15 miles out, then we'll go to CTAF. Localized frequency. Okay, we're still not out of the junk. Let's go up to 3-4. Let's see if I can clear out of this mess. Looks like American 803 Curtis here with us is 40 miles ahead of me. American 803, American 1, you copy?
Thousand to go.
Okay, I'm not going to go any higher than this. American 803, American 1. American 803. Nope. .96 miles, top of descent. So let's hit the descent page and get the forecast, and we'll go over figure out our braking. Like I said, this is a really quick flight. Runway is going to be. We did have an ATIS. Let's look at the real world ATIS. Memphis. Weather. What else? Oops. VATSIM nothing. Real weather. 1-8 center. 1-8 left, 1-8 right in the real world. So let's look at which one we're going to land on. What runway? Curtis, what runway you landed on? 1-8 center looks good. Yeah, we're going to do 1-8 center. Okay. So we're going to do approach, ILS 1-8 at Laurie. Put that in. Request the descent weather. 84 miles top of descent. Could not get above it. And we should put our anti-ice on, actually. Texting with Curtis in the air. Okay, we busted out. Look at, we busted out. Yay! And we'll load the weather. I'm sorry, the wind's aloft. The weather here is going to be 210 at 12. 210 at 12 at 17:20. Now that's a long time ago. That weather is old. Let's see if we can come over here. We'll execute this. Go to menu, D-Link, here, request, weather, Memphis, send it. That's some old weather. Yep, that's it. So 210 at 12, gusting to 18. Difference is 63515. Okay, so we'll go in here and we'll do flaps 30, 18 center. ILS is 111.95. Got that dialed in at a heading of 180. Got 180 dialed in. And let's get a VOR frequency. Just flights 18 center. $117.5. We'll have a VOR backup. Okay, flaps 30. 48 speed. That's landing speed 148 at flaps 30. Temperature is never got the temp. Never got the temp. .23, 30 and 23. Sky is a few at 3,300. Scattered at 4,600. And 25,000 of nice clouds coming in. Altimeter is 2988. We'll preset that. Okay. Where am I? So temperature is 30. Put that in. Back to page 1. Here. 58 miles. We look at the plate on the Buzz 5. And a Copen. And it says we have to be at 10,000. So we'll dial in 10,000 in Copen. We're landing south. And we start our descent in 55 miles.
Go ahead and start service.
I'm still trying to rob a bank. November 4279, aka Ryder Center, I think. Anyway, this came as basically in boxes as a kit. I had to wire quite a bit of it, put it all together twice. I put it together twice, taken it apart twice. I didn't have to wire all the parts, but like the MIP was wired on the back and the MCP, so it was not, I didn't have to solder everything together, no. But I had to wire everything up. I'm intimate with the wiring in this thing. I've done it all myself several times. So the thing about getting into this game, you can't be afraid of electronics or making hardware or building computers or getting extremely frustrated on a daily basis. You definitely need help to maintain one of these monsters. That beep we hear is the VOR Morse code, so we know we got it. So we turn it off, turn the ILS beeper on so we get close. Okay, we're going to figure out our braking now. So we're going to go to electronic flight back, performance landing, runway 8 center, and conditions are dry. Wind is 6-4. 210 at 15. And outside temperature is 30 degrees centigrade. QNH 2988. Landing weight is going to be 135,724 approximately. Flaps 30, and we're going to add 6 on the descent, so a little correction for speed for the winds. So it tells us with flaps 30, our approach speed should be 149, our landing should be 148, and we'll do brakes too, and that'll leave us lots of left over there. Okay, we're all set on the landing performance. 34 miles to go. Confirm 111.95 on the frequency. And 180, put 180 on the backup VOR. Always keep a backup VOR. That way I put a circle around the airport. I'll put a 10-mile circle so I have an imaginary line with a VOR bearing and a circle so I can tell distance and bearing if I lose my ILS or I get clouds. I'll have some emergency backup visual presentation on my nav display that's based on the radios. Just a backup. So company in Canada, Flightdeck Solutions, you can look them up. They make this sim. They used to sell it to enthusiasts like me, but they no longer do that. It's just sold to colleges, flight schools, people with lots of money, which isn't me anymore. Because they bought this. The commercial price of this is twice what I paid for it. But they don't sell it to individuals anymore because they got out of that business. It wasn't profitable enough to sell to every Tom, Dick, and pilot out there that needed a screw or a new part or a new this or a new that. Not much traffic out here today. It's pretty quiet. I thought we'd have ATC. Now it's all, ATC is all moved east. It's down through Atlanta. Damn it, we missed it all. That's one reason I do the YouTubes, in where they have ATC, so we can get the immersion. What I can do is I can go to live ATC. So we're listening to ATC in Atlanta just for fun. I can also put live ATC in, but I'm not going to.
Actually, direct LB between Mike, India, Lima, Bravo, Yankee, Jones, and Bureau.
$10 miles. We everybody back in their seats.
The seatbelt sign is on. Please be seated and fasten your seatbelt.
My future plans on the stream is to make it so you can watch VATSIM radar, which is what I watch all the time for weather and traffic. It really is. It makes the immersion well worth it. So I'll be able to switch back and forth between other things on my stream. I think I'm going to go with the Stream Deck. So maybe I'll replace this picture out the front with VATSIM radar. That's what I should do. Not sure. Last I heard, American 803 is landing 18 right. I'm going to land at 18 center. So let's brief. We've started our descent. Okay, so descent checklist. Bleeds are set. Pressurization's good. Passenger signs are good. Radios are good. Altimeter set. Recall is clear. Landing data is landing approach 149, landing 148, flaps 30. We got the weather.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, we are descending.
VREF,
Seatbelt sign is
mins
on.
are,
If you
let's
happen
get
to
the
be up and
mins.
about, please return your seat. Keep your seatbelt fastened for the
Mins are going to
flight.
be 18 center.
On behalf of the flight crew, we appreciate you being with us today. Wish you a very safe and pleasant journey to your final destination. Hope to see you back here with us soon. Thank you.
Okay, that's good. We got the minimums. Exterior lights as required. We'll put them on at 10,000. Start switches and automatic and speed brake armed. If we would have been over towards Atlanta, we would have got some pretty nasty weather. Would have been fun. Might do a YouTube Friday. VATSIM has got a FNO, a Friday night ops, and they're going in coordination with South Africa, Artec. So we might be flying in South Africa, maybe Durban to Cape Town or Johannesburg to Cape Town. Okay, let's put a 50-mile circle around there. And a 40, and I like to play with the buttons. And we'll go here, and we'll look at our descent. We'll clear out the vector. Go. Descent rate looks good. If you look at our little nav display, the one that says RMP, A&P, that's required navigation. And actual navigation, it's right in the middle. That means our descent is right on the money. You can see the nav display, the VSD, the vertical situation display, is intersecting the conditions between the different waypoints. So we don't need speed brake. We are 73 miles out. 83 miles from Memphis.
1,000 to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be landing in about 10 minutes. Flight attendants, please bear with me.
As we prepare for landing, be sure your seat backs are upright, tray tables are secured, and personal items are in an overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you. If you have any items to discard, please pass them to us as we come through the aisle. Please double check that your seatbelt is fastened and familiarize yourself again with the location of your closest exit. Please put away laptop computers or larger electronic devices. Smaller handheld devices may continue to be used during landing as long as they are secured in your hand, your pocket, or in the seat pocket. Cellular functions must remain off until after we land. We will let you know when it is safe to use cellular functions. We'll be landing soon.
Pat the bird. What up? Just getting ready to load up in Oslo and fly down to
2,500.
Thousand feet, stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Got 15 knots over here.
500.
I've had my mic off, guys. Sorry.
$400. 300. 100 minimums.
Continue.
Minimums 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Okay. Nose down, and we'll put some reversers on here.
knots.
And we'll kick it out right here. Sorry about the mic.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt
Memphis
fastened
Traffic
until the
America
seatbelt
1 has
sign is turned
vacated
off. And keep the
1-8
aisles
center,
clear of all
right
carry-on
at Papa,
items.
Charlie to the gate.
Take a moment to check your seat back pocket for any personal items.
Of course,
like
you know what I forgot
tablets
to
and
do.
cell phones.
Turn the light, check
When
the
you
list.
open the overhead compartment, be careful, as items may have moved in flight. And thank you for choosing American Airlines.
Let's do this. Flaps up. Weather off. I did some mistakes there. I need some more practice, guys. APU on. TA. Need a first officer is what I need. Sorry about that mic. I accidentally turned it off. I think Ryder is trying to say I had a good landing. Country cock butter. I can't get over to the other side where he is, so I'm going to park on this side. And blocked off. Okay. I'm just gonna park it right here. On the C concourse, C1. Should do it right there. Brakes on. APU is alive. Engines off. Okay. Fuel pumps off. And ground power available. It's all good. Let's set the brakes. Chocks are set. And let's go ahead and open up the gates. Cargo. Gates coming over. Gate coming over. Here's my bird. somebody taxiing out over there. And where is Roger? He's over here somewhere. Did he disappear? He did. Oh no, he's right behind me. So if I go up, you can see him right there. There's Roger, American 803. Right there. That's his bird. And thanks for flying with us. And let's look at it from the tower view. Here's the tower view. Of course, Memphis is what? FedEx hub, I'm pretty sure it is. I think it's FedEx, isn't it? Yeah, it's got to be. Back in the cockpit. I got 5 minutes after 5 in the afternoon, which is 17:009 Zulu. Equipment hatch open. Well, that should have been a problem. Too bad about the volume being shut down for a bit, but you know, I need a first officer. Let's see what our ACARS told us on our landing. It told us had a good fuel load, and we touched down at 23 feet per minute. Man, okay, you know, I'm usually a little firmer than that. Let's see what the approach rating, very bad. Landing, great. Okay, let's see what yeah, I exceeded my flat speed limits, okay. I had a high rate of descent below 500 and below 1,000. I had a little glide slope deviation at 500 AGL, and I had some glide slope deviation at 1,000 AGL. Okay guys, you know what's happening? My doggy's gonna yell at me for a walk. Daisy, you wanna go for a walk? You know what that means. Okay, give me 3 minutes. Okay. Can you hear that, guys? The boss is talking. I'm gonna shut it down. I wanna thank you all for being here. Ryder, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. And Jim, as usual, good to see you. Hirohito. Oh, Duncan came in. I didn't even know Duncan was here. Arcade Mac. And Curtis, thanks for the flight. Andrew Wasey, thanks for showing back up again. Do appreciate that. I think that was also N4279. That was Ryder. Ben was here from UK. He's probably still here watching. He might, I don't think he's working now, but answering silly emails probably. Looking forward to seeing Ben getting his sim up and running. Troy Hamilton came in. Space Ace 77. Bunch of people. Guys, I want to thank you all for flying with me today, and we'll do another one tomorrow. Hopefully one of these days we can get it all squared away so we don't make all these silly mistakes, but that's half the fun. So bye bye, take it easy. Gonna shut it down. Let's see, well, let's just do cold and dark. Okay, let's see, we'll do Alt 4 here, Alt 4 here, Alt 4 here. You can see what I do. And I'll shut down this teleport screen on the front one. And then I have to go to, because I can't see at the bottom, I have to do escape, shift, escape, control shift escape, and properly shut down auto ortho on each screen. Quit, shift, escape. These are at the bottom of the screen. These programs I got to shut down. I can't see them, so to pull them up. Unfortunately, Windows 11 doesn't let you move your taskbar. Okay, that's shut down. You do this screen. Shutting down is just as hard as starting it up. And we'll quit this one. Okay, now we can close this screen. Alt F4. Yep. Okay, I've been told I have to go walk. So let me go to my controls, and I'm going to stop streaming. Bye-bye.